Hey Jules, it's me, TreasureElise, and I am back with another very different video. So basically, throughout these months that I've been gone, I haven't been posting on my page. I actually decided to start a career as a flight attendant. So I went through the flight attendant training, I went through the entire application process and all the months waiting for everything, and ever since I kind of put it out there into the world, into the public, that now I am a flight attendant for a major airline, I have been getting a lot of questions, a lot of messages on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter about how did you get this job? How can I get this job? I see you traveling around the world already. And honestly, I'm so grateful. This has been an amazing opportunity so far, and I can honestly say my life has drastically changed. Like, it's incredible for just the locations I've been so far, and I'm just starting. It's so much different from my regular 9 to 5 that I was doing before. So I'm greatly appreciative for basically the opportunity that the company gave me. Just this job in general. I'm so blessed right now. So a lot of the extra questions were, how did you get the job? What is the application process like? What are the steps to even becoming a flight attendant from the very beginning? So since I received so many different questions and I couldn't answer everybody at once, I decided to just go ahead and make a video. How about I just go ahead and turn my YouTube channel into a flight attendant life, the real life of a flight attendant, travel blogs, food blogs. I'm going to take you guys along with hotel hacks, airline hacks, tips and tricks to basically planning your dream vacation. So if you do hear my phone ring or ding or whatever, I have to keep it on. I am on reserve. So those of you who have the job already or who may be going through training, reserve, you have to keep your phone on. So just don't mind that whole ring and ding thing. Also, I took a lot of notes from my cell phone, so if I'm looking down, don't mind that at all either. So I'm gonna give you guys a few steps basically to becoming a flight attendant. The first thing is, do your research on the companies that you are looking to work for. Make sure that you first off fulfill all of the requirements. Now, most of the requirements for the US, for US will be somewhat similar, but if you're looking to do an international airline, then definitely do your research to see what they require. Just make sure you guys have really outstanding, I would say, past experiences with your other careers that you may have done. Customer service is a huge ordeal when it comes to being a flight attendant. We're basically that one person or our crew that they're going to, no matter what happens, 35,000 feet in the air. So customers, they're always gonna come first in their needs, and that way we can further assist them with that. Some domestic airlines actually accept applicants at the age of 18. Like I said, this is part of your requirements for whichever airline you're at. Most of them, if it's not going to be 18, it's going to be 21. So just make sure if at least by your 21st birthday or your 18th birthday, you have your passport ready, you have your application in, all of those required items are good to go before you even get to, I would say, your interview, honestly, your face-to-face interview, or even better yet, your training. Make sure you have your high school diploma. Most airlines will kind of want you to have that 2-year experience degree at a university. Of course, it doesn't matter which you majored in or which school you went to. Also, a lot of people think that you need to go to flight attendant school in order to be a flight attendant. Not at all. My major was hospitality management, so that kind of helped me a little bit, but I know people that majored in science or that didn't even have their college degree that still went ahead and now are amazing flight attendants, and they've been amazing flight attendants for at least like more than 5 to 10 years now. You do also want to grow your customer service experiences. So if you have experiences working in hotels, cruise ships, restaurants, any kind of dining halls or balls or so, this actually signals to the recruiters, whether you're doing a face-to-face interview or that video interview, that you do have that customer service hands-on experience. So there you go, once again, extra points, because now they know that you know how to basically deal with different customer service experiences, How would you go about if the customer was very upset, which is, you know, they'll shoot you different scenarios. And as long as you have that experience, that definitely is a great look in the whole application process and the interview as well. So another thing people don't really like to talk about, but it's reality, you have to pay attention to your physical appearance. And I say that basically, how can I say this? Okay, you have to be strong enough to push our 200-pound or more carts up and down the aisles into your galleys to fix it up. But you also have to fit down our aisles without sidestepping. What you'll learn in your training is able-bodied passengers. That way, that's basically a person that you know for a fact if anything goes down, they have your back or you have their back. You have to be able to push the carts up and down the aisles, open up that overhead bin, pick up the heavier bags, put them in. I believe it's like a 50-pound weight requirement just to lift up the luggages into that overhead bin. But like I said, every airline is a little bit different. So just make sure you do your research. There's so many websites online. There's Glassdoor.com, there's Google, there's Indeed.com that has different reviews on what the other employees of the company think about how their interview and application process was. Definitely taking all the resources that you have, whether you're speaking to a friend, a family member, or somebody that you even know that may be a flight attendant, on how their experience was. Because like I said, every airline is different. Everybody's experience will be different. My experience was so much more different than my classmate, which he was smooth sailing. I felt like it was never ending with me though, so it just really depends. So with that being said, you also want to throw in your customer service experiences. The recruiters want to know who you are. What can you bring to our airline to be an advocate of the family, an advocate of the company? How would you react in these situations? And I guess depending on how your resume is set up, that is also a good first reader or so. You want to know your job description. You basically have to prepare yourself to be away from your family, be away from your husband, your kids, your mother, your father, whatever the case is. Even your pet. It would be a really good idea to kind of research the pay for whichever company you're interested in. Every airline pay. You want to research the locations that they go. So maybe you want to work for a smaller airline that only does domestic or not even go everywhere in the US as far as their flights. Or you would like to have your layovers in Hong Kong, Japan. You also want to know where you want to go. How would this benefit you? How would it benefit your family, I would say? And how would you kind of go about leaving your family for like 5-day trips and having 48 layovers in London if you live in Florida, you know? So that also comes into effect when you're researching for the different companies that you are looking to work for. You also want to research your hub domiciles. So each airline has domiciles all around the world, depending on where their headquarters are and everything for their crew members. So let's just say you live in Florida, but there's no hub here for flight attendants. You have to take in consideration that if you do get this job, if you complete your training and graduate and get your wings, that you do have to obviously maybe pick up and leave. You got to move your home, or you become a commuter. It's 50-50 with commuting. Once you get into the industry, you get to know a little bit more about commuting. Some people love it and some people hate it. So some people actually literally pick up their entire home and move it across the US just to have this job. What I did before I even applied to the companies, I wanted to see how their training process was. Some companies have trainings from 3 weeks up until 6 weeks. So my training was 4 weeks, but I know other airlines has there which is 6 weeks. And basically, depending on the company, they will fly you out to a training. You will stay in a hotel. Most trainings are not paid for. So that entire 3 to 6 weeks, you're not receiving a check depending on the airline that you have got that CJO. So you also have to be prepared, have your money saved up that, hey, you're living in a hotel which you do not have to pay for. but you do have to eat. You might want to get around, which is Uber. You know, you might want to go shopping, you might want to go out sightseeing. So it will be nice to kind of save your money up. That way you're prepared when you get to that location for the whole 6 weeks. Now, I was a little lucky with my airline because we actually received 2 checks, but I don't think I received my first check until like maybe my second or my second and a half time, time frame being inside training. It was a check, but it was kind of like a per diem, so it wasn't a huge check, but it did get me across a lot. I did get a chance to go shopping a little, but not all airlines do that. So you will be lucky and blessed to have that if they do provide checks to you if you're paid for your training, basically. So when it comes to the airlines, you gotta put multiple eggs in all different kind of baskets. Do not only apply to one company. Once you do your research and you find out that Airline A, Airline B, and Airline C, D, E, F are all up to your standards, they all meet your needs, and you meet their standards and requirements, apply, apply, apply. Do not only apply to one job and think it's going to be smooth sailing from there, because just in case you get a thanks but no thanks, now you have backup options, and all of those companies meet your needs. So I know some people that applied to their one and only dream airline and they got it immediately. But like me, I applied the first time to my dream airline. I didn't get it. But I also had backup airlines, but I was like, I would also love to work for these airlines as well. And they're hiring. Let me go ahead and check that off and apply. So make sure you apply. Do your research. Meet the requirements. If you don't have a passport is needed. You do need a passport. I will possibly make another video as far as how my training experience was. I cannot get into detail on certain, categories, but I can tell you overall information that you may be able to find online for free, but I can put all that information into a video for you guys. So if you would like more information regarding my training experience and other flight attendants that's not with my airline's training experiences, then definitely leave a comment down below with any questions that you may have. Like I said, this is an amazing opportunity. Congratulations also to those of you who have received your CJO and you're off the training. I have a video coming up for you too, because I know you have so many questions on what to pack, what to expect. So definitely please feel free to ask me questions on whatever it takes. Also remember, throughout this whole process, you're doing this to get your wings. Stay focused, set your goals. You guys definitely read on about everything that you can. There's so much free information online that will basically make or break your knowledge and awareness of the company that you are looking to work for. So thank you so much guys for tuning in today. Like I said, any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm here. I will have my social media links dropped down below. So if you're not too savvy on the comments on YouTube, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and you can shoot me a DM and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Well, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the sky. Bye.